Thank you, John. John and I go way back. Hello, my name is Ivan Miruki, and I am a dreamer. I came to this country with my parents when I was only 5. Life as a dreamer is not easy, being thrown into a foreign culture, a new language, a new way of life, without access to many of the benefits that citizens have access to, such as employment for me and my parents. Being a dreamer is definitely not easy. Everyone has different doors to success, and Year Up is my door. I believe education is a human right. Education is a fundamental human right. I am from a small house, in a small town, in a small country. 20 years ago, my father, a young, ambitious university professor, and his loving wife had a vision of a better life. Living in Tanzania with their 4 children was a never-ending struggle. After years of work and considerable faith, they realized that dream and crossed over to the land of opportunity. Life continued to be a struggle, but if there's anything I've learned from my parents, it's the value of hard work. They taught me to demand the best from myself. They pushed me to be the best student I could be. Coming out of high school, I was an all A's, letter-winning, national achievement finalist. So naturally, the next step was college. But see, most people don't realize that the children of recent immigrants who are not yet U.S. citizens cannot access scholarships or financial aid. So I quickly enrolled and just as quickly dropped out. I just couldn't afford it. I was one of those kids who was ready for something more. In my family, continuing my education was never an if, but a when. It soon became a how. I was talented and capable, but how? How could I ever afford it? I, and we, represent a growing percentage of the 7 million opportunity youth across this country. Young adults aged 18 to 24 who have all the talent and potential, but lack the opportunity for higher education and a career. Education is a human right and essential for the exercise of all other human rights. No one should have to choose between having no degree and no debt, or earning their degree and starting a career deeply in debt. So 5 years goes by. I'm working the same dead-end retail job. One evening, I'm sitting on the couch, doing what any other 22-year-old would be doing on a Sunday night. Watching 60 Minutes. I always knew I wanted to do something in the tech world. I always knew technology was the present and the future. Plenty of aspirations with no conceivable way of achieving them, until that night. As I'm watching 60 Minutes, this incredible segment comes on. I see these students who had also dropped out of college because of affordability. They talk about a program called Year Up. You get college credits, relevant job training, and real-world experience through internships at the coolest tech companies, all at no price. They actually pay you. If I'd seen this anywhere else, I would not believe it, but this is 60 Minutes. And there on the screen is the founder, Mr. Gerald Tertavian, talking about why he started the program and its mission to close the opportunity divide. So I applied, I got in, I worked my butt off. I was fortunate enough to get the opportunity to intern at F5 Networks on the quality assurance team. While there, I met Michael Delgado, a Year Up graduate. Prior to the program, he had started community college. He had also not finished for financial reasons. After interning at F5, he accepted a full-time position there. Now, he has a clear path. He knows that he wants to be a software developer, and he's making enough to pay for the education to get there and comfortably support himself. All thanks to the program. This is Michael's story. This is my story. This is a story of many of us in Cohort 8 and millions of us across the country. Europe is a financially sensible model that gets young adults like us on the road to fulfilling our potential. After working on a variety of projects and interacting with many different roles at F5, I left with more of an idea of what interests me: data, how it's collected, how it can be used, and software development, solving real-world problems through the power of code. Both of these are burgeoning fields with many new jobs being created every year. I am still pursuing a career that aligns with these passions. I plan on going back to school, and I look forward to being on the forefront of this boom. Thank you, Mom, Dad. Your tireless work ethic is a daily inspiration. Joy, Greta, Anita, my 3 sisters and closest confidants. Thank you, Alistair, my advisor, Irfan, my mentor, and Michael, my boss at F5, the best role models of professionalism I could ever ask for. Thank you, Bridget, our fearless and loving director. Of course, cohort 8. I love you all. And finally, so many thank yous to the entire Europe family. Education is a human right. Europe is leading the way. Thank you.